Okay, welcome back. This is the last video for you advanced users. I'm also going to have a couple extra videos out at the end of our website for simple troubleshooting things on small elements. So be sure to check those out if you have any other questions. This video is going to focus on list building and buttons. So we have a lot to cover. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm in my curriculum tab under my assignments. I think a list is a great way to post assignments. Excuse me. There are several options here. So go ahead back to the Add button on the left-hand toolbar. Down to the very bottom, you're going to click List Builder. List with new items. Okay. And I'm going to choose the news items. You can choose the events, which is a good way to put kind of a countdown. You might want to put classroom assignments on there. Say your research project due this day and time, and some details about it. Personally, I like the news one a little bit better. You can put a little picture on there. You can put the due date and the assignment date right under it. You can put the title of it and then your story. I think news is a great way for a social studies classroom as well to share current events. Lots of other different options here. You can have frequently asked questions about your classroom. Lots of other options. You can even kind of have an online store here. So let's go ahead and choose the news one for now, or the events. One of those two I think are the best for our classroom sites. And it just tells you to click on your list to add and edit items. You can click this Learn How, and the Help Center will give you lots of good advice. Obviously, they made it so they're going to give you some good advice. If you have any questions about anything we're going to cover, go ahead and back and watch this video and click down through these instructions. They're very helpful. So take a minute, go ahead and watch that if you want to. Pause this video, you can watch that video. Or just at the end of this video, you can go back and check that one out as well if you're having a little bit of extra trouble. So I'm going to bring my list down here. And I'm going to click on it to manage items. If you click on manage items, you're going to get this list settings toolbox, and that will take care of your items, design, and options. And if you click on here, you can see those are items, design, and options, 3 options right here. So once you click in here, you really don't need to go back to your site. So news headline 1, you can edit. You can say first assignment. You can change the image if you want. For the sake of time in this video, I'm not going to do that. You can change the date, and you can tell your story here, perhaps your news story or the assignment. Alright, so maybe for a social studies class that might be a sort of assignment for an early class. And again, as always, you have your text editing toolbar here. So we can go back. That's our first assignment. You can do the same thing for following excuse me, news items there, headlines. You can also add an item. There you go. I added one up above there, and I can click this and drag it down, and now it's at the bottom. So very simple way to drag and drop those wherever you want to get your specific order. Next, the Design tab. You can change the spacing here. This is pretty general. You can change the style of the pictures, change the alignment of the pictures. That's in the image one. The spacing for that, top, bottom, left. Lots of different choices there. You can change anything to your liking. Really how it comes is all you need to do, but you can add fields and really make it whatever you want it to look like. That design tab is all your personal opinion. And the options, changing the list name, a lot of this really isn't that necessary for our purposes, and you can also open this in a separate page if you desire. But for my purposes, since I'm not really linking anywhere, when they open that read more, it's just going to open below it. So that's basically it for the list building and editing that. So make sure you have one of those included in your website somewhere. Again, it can be a current events sort of thing, and you can link the pictures. So when the students click on read more or the picture, it goes to an outside news source like a CNN website or Fox News, something like that. Or like I did in this example, you can use that for listing your assignments. And again, don't be afraid to try out the different lists from the beginning. Just going back and showing you list with new items, all these different options. Alright, so feel free to play around with that and find one that you like. Go ahead and pause the video now and take some time to do that if you so desire. Otherwise, go ahead and finish watching the video, and we'll talk about adding buttons and menus next. So here are our buttons and menus item here. And lots of different options here. Again, Wix makes it really easy. Just for a simple button, you're going to throw that in there. And this is just like those other ones that came in our list. That came in our blog. A couple different purposes for this button. If you noticed on the other Wix site for this training, I had buttons set up to link to a different page. So again, I can click on that and I can click link to. You can choose a web address, an email, a downloaded document, or a separate page. So if I click a separate page, I'm going to select maybe my blog. I want this button to go to the blog. Okay, it's set up to link to the blog now. I'm happy with that. And I can change the settings here. The button text right there, first thing. I'm going to say go to blog. Alright. You can add an animation if you would like. And this will spin or float in. Lots of different options there. Well, put an animation, why not? And you can make that last quite a while. And you can have a little bit of a delay if you want. Okay. You can click change style. There's the default button, text button, large button, emphasis button, and you can personalize it, which will bring up that toolbar that we're familiar with the different text colors and font styles. And we're good there. And edit animation, we've already done that. Basically, that's everything to do with your button. The reason why I want you to put a button in here, we've already set up our blog to use for class, and I like to have something linked to that blog page from the assignment page. Personally, if I'm putting a homework assignment out there and I want students to interact on a blog, I'm going to offer them the link right from the assignment. And you can also edit that down here in your list as well, and you can edit that button, that read more button perhaps, to go to your blog. But right here, it's up in the corner, it's always there. Students could easily, again, if we previewed this, students could easily click on the blog right here, but I could click go to blog, and that'll send them right there too. Just another way to help students not have any excuses for not being able to do assignments, making it very easy for them to find everything where it needs to be. So there we have it, how to build a list in our Wix website and how to create buttons for many different purposes. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me as always. And since this is the last video on the advanced training video series, I would like to ask you to please fill out the post-event survey. And again, that survey will help me refine this training in the future to help make it better. And for me to kind of see what your experience with Wix was like and how likely you might be to use it in the future. So thank you again. I appreciate your participation and attentiveness, and I wish you all the best of luck with Wix in the future.